welcome to the Digital Action Day 2014. Jean-Claude Juncker, a digital president, and whose first actions have been resoundingly ambitious and visionary in mainstreaming digital across the various policy portfolios. And this is, of course, one of the key objectives of this day, to better understand the transformative nature of digital technologies, which inevitably comes with disruption, but brings change at an unprecedented speed.
Tens of millions more Europeans have gone online, finding new skills, new connections, new opportunities. And every European household now has coverage by at least basic broadband.
This is the impact of a digital economy. Extreme productivity, extreme aggregate energy efficiency, reduced marginal cost. What does this mean for Europe? This is the next stage of the European journey. The digitalization of Europe will create an integrated single market, and what we're going to do is put everyone in Europe back to work tomorrow morning. The new Commission can do this tomorrow morning in the member states and the regions. We have to put out the entire infrastructure. We have to transform the energy grid, the electricity grid, the transport grid, and lay out this new infrastructure for a digital economy in every part of Europe. That's going to keep all of our industries busy for 40 years. Construction, electronics, IT, transport, logistics.
I think overall the European industry is very united in the necessity to lever this advantage of the single market further. We are of course in a phase where we need to do the right things in order to make this fourth industrial revolution happening. I think we're in the middle of it. But I think companies are the first ones who are able to seize these opportunities. But we now need to create an environment, we now need to create a framework which is conducive for these companies to invest in Europe and to make it happen.
As far as we introduce mobile services in our automobiles, we need 100% coverage and we need bandwidth. From political side, we need some legal adjustments in order to support automatic driving, autonomous parking in the future. We are still missing measures handling the data right, who's owning the data, how about data security, how is about personal data.
Three lessons that we've learned, and these were lessons around first was culture, so how to create an entrepreneurial spirit. Secondly, I spoke about innovation, so how to be very data and customer driven. And thirdly, I spoke about building skills, so to make sure that growth is possible.
I don't think you can have a mature digital economy and society without participative government and without more power for citizens. And I think those are implications which so far probably we still haven't fully grasped in setting our agenda. And I think that getting that balance right, challenging the structures of decision making as well as the structures of the economy, is something we're not yet doing enough of. If we really had smart grids, for example, we could all be using much more efficiently the energy generation and use sources. We could create new markets. But it goes further than that. And I think that the debate we're having in Europe today and in the OECD, by the way, about what is fair sharing, taxation, cross-border digital endeavor, that goes to the heart of how do you share out the cake. And if we can fix that and show that the future digital economy will be global, will be borderless, will be disruptive, but will still allow fruits for everybody, then I think we've cracked the problem. But we haven't yet demonstrated that to the satisfaction of many citizens.
governments start building their services by assuming that government knows everything what the users are expecting. Then the next step, the government is creating regulation written by lawyers. And then the government tries to digitize this regulation. And in the end, they call it service, and then wonder why this service is not liked by the people, and why so few people are actually using this service. We should try it another way around, by starting identifying user needs, and this leads us to the concepts of co-design and co-production involving the users.
Very important that they stimulate education, because if you think about the skills that are needed in the digital space, are skills that we are missing a lot today in people's education. Failure is very important. If you look at booking, I mean, basically we execute very fast, but we also want to fail very fast, so we learn and then we can improve again, and that's a bit how we operate. So I think you need to have that to understand what success looks like.
Digital is everywhere. It is everything and it is for everyone. And you can see it from many angles. You can talk about GDP, you can talk about disruption, dynamism, about growth and value, about the energy it gives to your economy, to boost the business. But you can also talk about the impact on people's lives.